Shout out to Ashley Wynn, the creator of the Shiesty Avengers, is also in the building. Go ahead,
Big
Akeem.
Big Memphis.
I still can't do a Big Bird. I don't know how
Americans
you
have
do it. I'm
some
still
sort
learning.
of
Big
debt, according to the
Bird.
Federal Reserve. And the best way to get rid of that debt, pay it. Straightforward, right? Well, our next guest got herself out of over $70,000 worth of debt using some simple budgeting strategies. To discuss, let's bring in Bernadette Joy, who is the Crush Your Money Goals author and money coach. Bernadette, great to have you here with us. All right, so you were so successful at this that we got to share some of these tips with our viewers as well. And there's something that you have that you call the 3-bucket method. Break this down for us.
Sure. So a lot of budgets feel very complicated. And honestly, a lot of people fall off of budgeting because it gets boring and really mundane. And so I just put down my budget into 3 major categories. It's strive, revive, and survive. And survive is half of your budget. I suggest that people try to aim for no more than half of their budget going to their necessities, and then splitting the other half of your budget between things that you want, revive, so the happy things, the things that you enjoy spending money on, and then the other quarter of your budget that's focused around paying off your debt and managing your savings.
Wow. Okay. And so for people right now that might be watching and say, hey, you know, that boat that Bernadette was in with that $70,000 in debt, that sounds quite similar to what I might be going through. What was your thought process? How did your mentality have to change?
Yeah, so it was actually $72,000 of student loans. And I know a lot of people are feeling that pinch right now. And my thought process was pretty simple. It was, I don't want to live in this debt forever. I want this debt to be a short-term solution for me, which was to go back to school and get a degree. And I don't want it to be a long-term lifestyle. And I think right now, a lot of people just are accepting the fact that debt would be a long-term lifestyle for them. And instead, I really want people to think, hey, I'm in debt right now, but this is not forever.
How can people make the choice about what debt to take on, good debt versus bad debt?
So I actually don't believe in good versus bad debt. I think all debt is debt, and characterizing it more around how it makes you feel. So the simplest way that I tell people to focus on paying down debt is around the debt snowball. I particularly am a big fan of it. I had a psychology degree. I also found that it worked for me personally and for many of my clients, where instead of trying to do all of the math and trying to say, okay, well, you know, I'm going to math my way out of this. Truthfully, if you're going to math our way out of it, then we wouldn't have been in debt in the first place a lot of times. So I suggest people to try the debt snowball, which is really just to focus on your lowest balances first. Even if it's 0% interest, even if there's other things that are higher interest, what I found that works really great for a lot of my clients is that it starts to build that momentum. It starts to build that confidence that, hey, I can do this. I'm capable. I'm smart. And also it's just less things to have to worry about later on.
You know, it's really interesting. You were mentioning that much of that debt that you carried was from your collegiate experience, from university. And so there are a lot of students that are either just getting started, might be midway through their higher education, and trying to make sure that they're not amassing debt over that time. What is the perhaps smart money habit that they can put into effect right now that's going to help them for when they're ready to, you know, walk across the stage and effectively be able to apply that skill that they've picked up along the way?
Yes, I actually just wrote an article about this for kind of new grads and first-time professionals, and it's to practice budgeting now. So while you still have the time and while you still have, you know, some of the things that you can control within your expenses, is to get in the habit of budgeting now, even if you don't have a lot of money coming in. And specifically, once you graduate, again, I focus people on trying to get their necessities under 50% of their total income, even if that means you're going to have to make some short-term sacrifices, knowing that will pay off in the long run.
All right, just lastly here, let's talk about something fun. Financial freedom. How did you know when you were truly financially free?
You know what I will say is, for me personally, so I'm 39 years old. I have enough money now to retire at 40 next year. And the moment that I felt financially free was when I started looking at that budget and I didn't feel anxious about it anymore. And I know budgeting can be really stressful for a lot of people. And the reason that people
Yeah, man. So when it comes to finances, especially living in major cities, when it comes to, bills, groceries and everything, just make sure important to put yourself in a good budget. So, be in some type of debt, you don't overspend on certain type of things. And it's very, very important. So go ahead, Hakeem, man, tell me about yourself, about, how's budgeting help with your with you personally or whatever with with budgeting.
Thank you so much, brother. I learned once I learned budget, I've never been broke no more in my life. And the simple way to budget is automatic drafts from your account that you don't even see. Real simple. There's nothing nothing flashy about it. Black people in America psychologically have an issue with money. We say things like you can't take it with you. We say things like you deserve it. Enjoy it. No, brother. That's not what money is. Your time that you use to get money is valuable. So when you spend the money so quickly on things that don't bring value, then what do you waste your time for? Our counterparts are taking their money and building in a massive wealth for 10 generations. We need to think like that. The money you put away, it's not for you. It's for your great grandchildren or somebody in your family. You can still live good if you know how to budget and manage your money. It's not how much you make, it's what you do with your money. I don't want to hear people talk about, I work at Burger King. He's a firefighter. He make 100K, 200K. There's people who make 100K still live paycheck to paycheck. Budgeting is the answer.
Now, but shout out to KJ Fury. Thank you so much, Big Dog, for coming through. You already know Gore is also in the building. Great to see you, Gore 100. Now that about Dialogue say Hakeem, he said Hakeem 100. Yeah, Hakeem spoke nothing but true. Shout out to DJ Tron, who also in the building as well. Me, when it comes to the aspect of budgeting, I learned a lot from Dave Ramsey. Shout out to him. Uh, I watch a lot of his show, and he always break down when it comes to the aspect of budgeting that you do not want to be a slave to the lender. That concept comes from the Bible, and that concept also stays within my mind. That's one concept I always kept from the Bible is you do not want to be a slave to the lender. So how you not become a slave to the lender? Pay off your debt. That is the number one thing that holds us into like a strong burden that we can't sleep at night. It causes a lot of stress. It causes a lot of issues when it comes to family, friends, you name it. So the only way you can conquer debt it's pretty much like budgeting. Budgeting, see where your money's going, see where your money's being allocated to. Like Hakeem stated, which is a statistical fact. Like people that are making 100K are living from paycheck to paycheck because the simple fact is they don't know how to budget. They have 100K, they make 100K a year. However, they try to live like they're making 200K a year, and that's the issue. When you make 100K, you're supposed to live less. You're supposed to live like you're making 40K. That's how you save your money. It's all psychological. It's all in reverse. Now that you gotta make sure you pay off the student loan debt, make sure you pay off your car note, make sure you pay all these things is hindering us from being wealthy. Wealthy people in America, the reason why they're wealthy, majority of them pay off their debt. Now I know there's other people like Robert Kiyosaki who use debt as leverage, but that's just a small percentage. But majority of the people that try to use their debt as leverage end up failing or they end up going or filing for bankruptcy. Those are the stuff that you actually want to avoid. But so folks, learn about budgeting. Budgeting is the right way to go. Just think about it. You have your own, let's say, which is true, it's like your own personal checkbook. You got to see, okay, I got to know where it's going. You got to make sure you have money for vacation, money for school, transportation, um, medical expenses. All of those are very important, especially when you have children. You got to even budget even more. Sometimes you may not be able to go to that 5-star restaurant. You might be able to go to that 2-star restaurant. You got to be smart out here. Don't put yourself in a hole that you can't get it yourself out of. Go ahead, Jordan.
Thank you, Ronnie, when it comes to kids, because I'm headed to that direction. I'm definitely headed to that direction. Okay, so it's I'll tell you this, Ronnie, Hakeem, it's expensive to have a child, one child. I'm telling you, it's expensive. When like I said, when Nina was born, she had a infection. They took care of it, but it's the after 2 or 3 months later, you got medical expenses. From not just for the baby, also my wife, because she had a C-section and she lost blood and everything. So that's a lot of money to be spent. Even though I have really good insurance, there's some stuff we have to pay and everything. Also, with diapers and formula, clothes when they get bigger and everything. So especially as a parent, single parent. I don't know how y'all do it. Shout out to the single parents, but but when it comes to the two parents in the household and everything, me and my wife, we really do a good job of really budgeting and everything, stuff that we really don't have to do. And like stuff like a lot of dates that we might not have used to do. We focus on doing dates here at home, watch a movie, play board games, something like that. Not going out to a restaurant like we used to and everything. If we do something like that, maybe it's on our birthdays, daughter's birthday, Father's Day, Mother's Day, or we have a little cash to go. We might go to like an Applebee's or Cheesecake Factory, Chili's, something like that. Red Lobster, something that's that we could afford and everything. So us being smart with it, be smart with our budgeting, especially as parents, is very, very important because when my daughter turns 1 year, we want to put her in daycare, and daycare here is very, very expensive. So we're looking at daycares right now to see how much the tuition is. So we can be prepared. So how much we can put so much on on our daughter and everything. And when it comes to bills, can we still get a upsize in our apartment and everything? Can we still save money for a house? Save money to invest, keep on investing and everything like that, and also vacation as well. So, like I said, as being a parent, especially a two-parent household, it's a little bit easier to figure it out, how to keep budgeting, but you have a kid and everything. So so when it comes to having a kid, I'm saying you guys, it's expensive to have a kid, and it's highly important that you make sure you budget well, because you don't budget well, yo, you're gonna be missing. You're gonna be in some debt. That's all I gotta say. That's my
no, but Jordan, I ain't gonna lie, Jordan. I'm actually listening to you when it comes to aspect of kid, because me and Hakeem, we talk about it a lot. In the near future, we do want to have children.
Yep.
And I really don't really think about the expense of children, because we're a go getter. Haitian man didn't tell you. Haitian man, when it comes to children, we're gonna go get it. We don't really care too much about the expenses. But at the same time, it is very expensive to have children. I agree with you, Jordan. I don't know how these single mothers do it, but they doing it.
Hold on, Sherry. Don't make me jealous, girl.
How can you don't be showing her love? How can you don't be showing her love?
Listen, baby, I be busy. I be falling asleep. Ask Ron, I fell asleep on him the other day on the phone. I be falling asleep. I always show you love. I always put you in spirit, baby.
She ain't talking about that love. She's talking about in the channel. You gotta show her love. I show her love. She ain't talking about on the phone or hey up. She's talking about on the channel. You gotta show her love.
I be so shy to speak. I have nothing but saliva, Marvin.
No, I think she see you. I think she show you. She see you showing love to other women.
No, what women? I didn't know Sherry was in there. I did say.
I say Sherry Byron's in the building.
My bad, bro. My bad.
What you mean? No, I'm messing with you, man. Nobody did say Sherry Byron was in the building. I understand Hakeem. Sometimes, like you said, it's too much. It's too much for TV. I got you, big dog. Trust me, I got you.
No, you right.
I'm with you. I'm your wingman. I got you. Look, lies. Look.
It's not lies.
No, but any day, hip hop. Jordan, what's going on in the hip hop world?
As far as the hip hop, we gotta talk about Blueface. Blueface. So we talked about Blueface last week that he's gonna spend some more time in jail, and now we've got clip on us. I forgot who she is, but she called Blueface in jail, and he's explaining his situation, and he's also explaining how his mindset is right now, being in jail and everything. But without further ado, I play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Call may be monitored or recorded.
Blue, you live right now on Hip Hop Nation, effective immediately with me and DJ Head.
Blueface, baby.
Hey.
We was literally just talking.
We're literally talking about you right now.
We're talking about you right now, live on the radio, bro.
Oh, yeah. So I got sentenced to 4 years. I got a year credit, so that go down to 3 years, and I got to do